Let's welcome aboard Ed Coleman right now, covers the Mets for the Fan, joins us now. Eddie just got done with Luis Rojas, the Mets manager. So Noah is now shut down for the next 6 weeks, right?
Yep, exactly, Moose, which is obviously not great news. He was, getting close to being back here probably mid-June, I would think. That's kind of what was gauged because he was supposed to throw. He already threw 4 innings once. He was going to do 4 innings again, then 5, then 6. And they had him back here sometime, June 20th, thereabouts. But, now being shut down for 6 weeks, you're looking at somewhere in the August range before, you've got to ramp up after the 6 weeks. You can't throw at all during that time. So you're going to start all over again. And, it's a lot less time, let's put it that way, for him to come back and help this team. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. And Noah, up until his last rehab start, it seemed like everything was honky-dory. He was ready, set to go, as you mentioned, Eddie, to return mid-June. So that's a hit. Where are we with Dom Smith? And I heard Rojas on yesterday with Carton and Roberts. He was not in the lineup last night. Game gets rained out or postponed. Doubleheader today. Where's Dom Smith with his knee injury?
Well, he's available for Game 1. He's not in the lineup. They're hoping to have him in the lineup for Game 2. At least that's the plan right now. He did some more work on it today, or they worked on the knee some more today. But I think he's available to pinch hit here in Game 1 if they need him, and they hope to have him in the lineup for Game 2. So he's not that far. It was kind of a freak thing, and maybe if the umpiring crew had gotten it right with the home run, he wouldn't have had the collision with the catcher, but nonetheless, everything seems to happen to this team right now. So, but Dom is one of the closer ones. Let's put it that way. We just spoke to J.D. Davis as well. He's still a ways away, but he hopes to start swinging Saturday or Sunday. Again, he's going to have to go out on a rehab as well because he started one, then they had to pull him off it. So he's still, I would say at least a week or 10 days away at best, and hopefully. When he starts swinging, he's not going to feel the pain that he felt in his hand before.
Eddie, I hate to phrase it like this. I mean, who is coming back? No,
you're right.
When is? I mean, it's like it's the walking infirmary. I mean, you have to familiarize yourself with the lineup whenever they come out because some of the guys you've never even heard of that are now starting for this Met team. But I mean, who's the next guy potentially to return here? We saw Jake on Tuesday night. Is it Alonso?
Pete is going to have to go out on a rehab as well, too. I asked Louis about that yesterday, and I thought he might have been the closest because he's eligible to come off Saturday. But they're going to send him out on a rehab at least for a couple of games, I think. I don't think he's that far away. The guy, this is almost ironic, but the guy who may be the closest to coming back is Seth Lugo, and he had surgery. I mean, how nuts is that? But I'm serious. I think Lugo may be here by the start of the road trip, which begins on Monday. They go out to Arizona and then San Diego, and I have a feeling that he may be back before anybody. The interesting thing to me is with the state of the starting pitching that they have right now. And again, Lugo is set to join the bullpen. That was the plan all along. I just wonder whether they have at least engaged in thoughts to stretch him out and put him in the rotation as well. I don't know, but again, that's going to take some time for that to happen as well. So they may just put him in the bullpen and may work him and try to get some length out of him there, and work him up that way. We'll see. But I think he may be the first one back, very possibly.
What about Taijuan Walker? He's going to throw a bullpen session today to see if he's good to go?
Yeah, I just asked Louis about that, and he thinks that Walker will be able to go tomorrow against Atlanta. He's not positive yet. He's going to check with him again, but he had a touch and feel session today. He felt pretty good. He didn't feel anything in his side. DeGrom is set to go Sunday against the Braves. I think it's a TBA in the middle there. With a doubleheader today, but Walker, I think, has a good chance of pitching Friday night, which is great. They really need him at this point in time. To have him miss another turn in the rotation would be a killer right now because, I mean, basically they have 2 starting pitchers. They have DeGrom and Stroman right now. So, and DeGrom just got back. So it's not sitting too pretty. Let's put it that way.
No, it really hasn't, and it really isn't, Eddie. I mean, you've seen a lot here during your years covering the Mets, Eddie. The amount of injuries, and we've seen teams get banged up, but I mean, just in all the same time span, right? I mean, it's not like it's spread out. I mean, this team has just been absolutely hammered with injuries.
Well, they have 17 guys on the injured list right now, which is just mind-boggling. Listen, injuries are up all around baseball. I think as far as the injured list at this point, going back to the last full season, 2019, it's up like 30% already. So that, whether it's due to the ramp up, the short season last year, the quick ramp up of, going to a full season this year, I have no idea what that's for greater minds than mine to figure out. But all I know is that that's one of the first things that I do every night is after the game is look, who got injured that night. And it's almost a starter from every team all around baseball. So it's crazy. I've never seen anything like this. Obviously, two huge blows or McNeil and Conforto. We were asking for a long time the grade strain of the hamstring, and we never really got an answer. But Zach Scott, the general manager, when he was on the other day, basically said, don't count on them till the end of June. So that's still a significant more time away for McNeil and Conforto, and they've already missed a lot of time, and that's two big bats in your lineup. Let's put it this way, Moose. I never thought I'd see a starting lineup, a starting outfield left to right of Drury, Maben, and McKinney. Okay?
The great Billy McKinney.
Yeah, whether it's a doubleheader or not, I don't care. I never thought I'd see a starting outfield this year of those three out there, but that's what's happening in Game 1.
Eddie, two more before we let you go, and I know you got the pregame show coming your way, bottom of the hour. Mets got a doubleheader today, but number one, Lindor. You get asked to it. I'm sure to people who are blue in the face. When is Lindor going to get going here? We out of balance. I've seen the breakdowns video wise. I mean, we're getting here close to. It's a holiday weekend coming up, June 1st next week. When is Lindor exactly going to get going?
Yeah, Moose, it's a great question, but it better be soon. That's all I can say with the state of the team right now. I mean, listen, it would be such a huge lift for them, and they've done a great job battling and staying in this thing and actually staying ahead, which is amazing, through all these injuries. But, having him take off would be a huge lift for this team. Timing, balance, trying to pull too much. I think he's been pull heavy. We've gone through everything, but he's just a mess at the plate right now. And I think a lot of it's mental too at this point. I think it weighs on him. The boos probably get to him. He hasn't experienced that in his career, but he's heard plenty of them over here. So, and he's going to keep hearing them until he snaps out of things. So, I don't have an answer, Moose, but for their sake, I think it better be soon.
The big news, from Rojas is that Syndergaard shut down for the next 6 weeks. Realistically, Eddie, do you think we see any impact from Syndergaard this year?
Well, it's a great question, Moose. The other factor is, too, that you tend to forget a little bit. He's a free agent at the end of the year.
Yeah.
And he was hoping to, come back and have half a season where he could, show his wares. Louis was asked, during his press briefing, whether he would see Syndergaard pitch this year. I still think he's going to be back. I think they probably did a good job catching this in time. And Noah, for his part, he's been stubborn before and has pitched through a lot of things. We've seen that. At least, he kind of waved the white flag, and I think that's good. That he just shut down now, and maybe you can, go through this. Maybe not try to throw 99 or 100 every time out when you're coming back from Tommy John as well. So, but I do think that he will pitch for this team this year. Sometime in August. Hopefully, it's going to be early as opposed to late.
And last one, Eddie, would be Tomas Nido. He's been great. Yeah. I mean, he really has. They've needed him. He's stepped up. He's been better than McCann. McCann obviously transitioning, playing some first base based on need. But what about what Nido has provided Rojas and this team?
Yeah, it's been tremendous. Nido he's always told us that he's a better offensive player than what he's shown, but we never saw it. And until you actually go out and do it, you got to back up those words. But you know what? He spent a lot of time here, Moose, the last couple of off seasons after 2019 and after the abbreviated season last year, working on his hitting and spending a lot of time in the winter out in California doing that. He's really a better offensive player than, and I don't know if what you've seen lately he can continue with, but he's a better offensive player than what he showed before. He's always been a very good defensive backstop. He's going to get more playing time. They're going to have to put him in the lineup. He's forced that. And McCann is kind of lucky right now that Alonso is out, and they need his bat at this point, so that's why he's playing first base. But Nito's been great behind the plate, throwing out runners. He's contributed key hits. He's been great. He's given them a huge boost at a time when you probably didn't expect it. But he's been a key cog for sure. Eddie,
love you. Next time I see you, beer's on me. All right, Eddie?
Moose, I'll always take care of that. I'll see you soon then, okay?
There's Ed Coleman. You'll be over here later on tonight. See you later on tonight, Eddie. Ed Coleman does a great job covering the Mets for the Fan.